Hey there everyone, it is AJ and it is time for another video, and in today's video it is time to plonk this down and go through it. I have completed another sketchbook, so it's time for a sketchbook tour. Now this sketchbook I started back in 2020 and I've just put it upside down and I've finally got to the end of it. I am really excited to go through this because I think it kind of shows some difference in or changes in my skill level as I've developed over the past year and probably 8 or so months. Let's begin. So these are some original characters of mine which I created, and I just sort of like did in a city downy pose. This is going to be for my Armageddon Androids series, and as you can see here I just sort of had a bit of a go, and yeah, I'm hopefully going to progress with that a bit more. Here are some little studies. This was done in February of 2020. I was actually going away to Spain whilst I did these. In fact, actually, I think that means I probably started this in February, and I just did some little study type things and just did some quick little things. I was just on my way to Spain there. Here again we just have some little bits and pieces of me doing some various things. Just these would have been a bit from reference, I believe. This one particularly from reference, and I think some of this would be as well. Here is me doing my forever Pokemon avatar type thing. I actually really quite like these. I might look back at these. I did this in a chibi sort of style. Got some information here. Partner Pokemon Mobile, Fairy Steel, others on squad, Riombi, Frostmoths. Here we have some more sketches. In this sketchbook, I really wanted to focus on filling the pages, because in previous sketchbooks and sketchbook tours that you'd have seen, I kind of did one thing on a page and that was it. Whereas this time I decided that I was going to really focus on finishing pages and not wasting the pages. So as you can see here, I just got some nice little sketches. This is my favorite one of this. This is obviously a more finished piece, and I believe that it is referenced. I think it's referenced. I'm not sure though. But yeah, and I just did some things here. This is from a little scene from one of my stories. Again, another avatar thing. We then have this, which after watching on Netflix, Little Witch Academia, I decided to give this a little go, and I really enjoyed doing this. These poses actually aren't referenced. I kind of just made them up on the fly, and I think I really captured the individual characters there. Here we have got again another Pokemon avatar with my mobile there. I think that was following on from the previous page. I was trying to do some work based on like these little fairy things. I'm not 100% sure if it's from a story or not. There might have just been random characters that I did, and I, as you can see here, I did some like hand studies and things. I think that's what that mainly was for, is to learn how to do the hand study, and then I just did this little creature here. As you can see here, I'm actually working on silhouettes a bit, and that's quite an interesting silhouette, and this would have been following on from doing a bit of work on the Scott Harris course, which talks about the sort of difference, looking at the images and seeing various different things. This is again just some other little sketches, and just going through doing some like expressions and poses and that sort of thing. Quite messy, but just really interesting to have it and give it a go. I am not sure who that is, but clearly I decided not to continue going on finishing off that page. Some face studies, just doing various bits and pieces there. I really actually quite like these, just kind of like looking directly at you. They're quite different expressions and different face styles, and that's something that I really wanted to try and get to grips with, is doing different sort of styles like female faces and male faces and different hairstyles as well. That's Pandora. I know that much. Again, I've not done. If you notice here, I've actually got these like little things here. What I was trying to do was, whenever I was getting into doing drawing, I just like did these little grid things so that I could like just draw random little bits and pieces there. I didn't obviously finish that off, but I started doing some stuff here. I think that's from a reference image. I'm not sure if that's from a reference image or not. That could be from a reference image. That's definitely from a reference image. I would have done that from a photograph of Pandora, my cat. This would have been around the sort of time that I was playing Animal Crossing and trying to catch the sleuthful dragonfly. They were always difficult to catch, and I thought I'd do a little sketch there and just call it the dragonfly and just do some things based off the Animal Crossing New Horizons that came out. And this is when Sakura Art did a draw this in your style, and I did a little, I think it's Kobe or Kobe or something like that. And that's what I did there. I did finish it off on a separate piece of paper, and I just thought it was really quite cute. This was going into a bit of Pokemon lore as such. So I wanted to do like my main avatar and they've got a sister and they both train Mawiles. So this is kind of me as a Pokemon trainer, which actually I really quite like, that sort of simple, elegant style. And then this is the sister who's just about to embark on their Pokemon journey with their own Mawile. And that is actually this Mawile's daughter, or son. I can't remember. I think it was a son. But this character is called Freya. I really want to try and get into doing more portraits, and this one, for example, is a great example of that. And sort of doing that. The eyes are a little bit off and such, but I was still at this point trying to get there. But I really like the shading and the sort of hair. This is me working on the illustrations for a short story, which I'm still trying to work on. This is Haley Lakai in the woods in like the sort of opening scene. I've noticed that I'm really quite good at doing like these sort of tree and framing things. It's just really the people in them that I tend to struggle with. Again, another abandoned sort of page here. It's quite interesting. This is actually a little sloth mug that I got, which I really quite like. I think this would have just been like a warm-up sort of thing, very rough there. Some more fairies. I'm not sure what's going on here or there, but I'm kind of like trying to wrap it around the body and that sort of thing. Really quite like this one, actually. It's kind of like an insignia type thing, so that's quite interesting there. This is, I believe, Megami from Konosuba or something like that. I was really interested in that particular anime, and I quite liked it, and I think I did quite a good job here. This is quite interesting. I like this. These must be original characters from somewhere. Where, I don't know. But I quite like the sort of silhouettes and the pose that I managed to do there. I really managed to kind of make it look as though it is sort of 3D there. And also the actual anatomy is quite well done there. Something that I have been trying to work out is not going into too much detail on the face if I'm doing them that small, because that's where I tend to struggle. Here again, we've still got some more sort of like Pokemon style stuff. I think I used that for something, but I can't remember where. But I'm trying to do some more avatar-y type things. This is a while, and I've actually got the finished piece of that, which I'll splash in the actual thing there. I just wanted to kind of like do a sort of different stylized type thing for that. Just some random sketches on here, really. Nothing much to really see, although I kind of like this sort of creature type thing. Haley Dakai, kind of just trying to do an icon for her. And this, no, that's not Haley Dakai. I don't think so. I'm not sure. But that is my Morrow character from my D&D sessions. So I'm thinking that this could be Morrow's adopted sort of daughter stroke sister from when as a grown up. Cute. I quite like this actually. Cute little chibi style face there. This is from Inkcross. I was looking at their characters on Instagram, and I thought I'd give their characters a little bit of a draw. I quite like them. I really like that sort of style that they do on their Instagram. This is just a Kemominimi that I just drew. I think it's an original character. I actually quite like that. I believe that the body would have been taken from reference. Another fairy, again, as you can see, I didn't do a particularly great job at keeping my whole idea of just doing one thing on a page. I quite like that. This is my first ever original character, Lily, and I kind of found this reference image and did it based off of that, and I actually really quite like this and what I managed to do here. I remember this one. This is my gender mesh of Nightcrawler from the X-Men series. I really quite like that. I did try and do a video on it, but I ended up not actually doing anything with the video. This is a Scarecrow piece, I believe. That's I'm trying to draw a Scarecrow. Another piece where I've drawn, I don't think that's from reference. I think I kind of tried to do that from my head, just someone sitting down on this sort of wall. This is some gesture sort of things, and actually I believe looking at these are from Avatar. So we got Toph here, Aang and Katara. Here I've got a draw this in your style. I spotted this artist on Instagram and they did this draw this in your style, and I really liked the idea, so I did that. I'll splash the final piece up in here, and also if I can recall who the person was, I will splash their Instagram up there as well. Some thumbnails for my Collision of Worlds series. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a storyboard type thing with this, and hopefully move on to doing a bit of a first chapter read through, which I never got round to doing, and I kind of went on doing it in a bit more detail, working on this pose here. This is coming up to later on in 2020. So when Genshin Impact appeared, I wanted to kind of create my own Genshin Impact character type thing, because I thought it was quite interesting. I'm certain I did a video on this. If I did, I will post a link to it in the card up at the top. This is Rua, my friend's original character, and I did do a video based off of that recently, although that's not the design I did. This is just some thumbnail sketches using blue pencil. I hope you can see the blue pencil. Yes, you can, which is great. Fantastic. This is it's a Pokemon avatar thing again. This time with some of my favourite Pokemon, Mawile, Marini and Riombi. I did do Gengar there in the background, but I ended up not doing that in the thing. I think I actually started this when Jazza released recently a a video about doing Pokemon cards. I never got round to finishing it. Oh no, I did finish it. I'll splash that up in the thing. I did an ink version of it. I did finish it. I remember now. I did finish it. So that actually, this marks a bit of, yeah. So I kind of stopped using this book from the end of 2020, and this is more recent. This is probably started in September time. So I went back to using this sketchbook in September. So there is quite a bit of a gap between when I was using this. This is just a sketch of a person with like elfy pointy ears and like a nose and stuff. So this is where you should hopefully start to see some improvement come through. I've been watching a lot of gaming videos recently, and I've been watching the Empire's Minecraft server. And there's a recent storyline with LD Shadow Lady and S Major. And there was this sort of like transformation scene for LD Shadow Lady where she turned into this sort of blue axolotl creature, and I thought I'd do a drawing of that. Just some witches poses. I started using this blue pencil to do like the initial outline, which I really kind of like doing now, just to get sort of there, and then I can go over the top with it. I quite like this silhouette actually. I might explore that a bit more. This is my dad's new dog called Brandy, and I did a painting for them. I'm hoping that they're not going to see this thing before Christmas, because it's kind of for Christmas. This is Lily, not Lily. Scratch that. This is Iris Odira, and I've kind of just developed this. I've not just developed this character. I did a bit of a design for her. This is from one of my original stories, and I thought I'd do this like sort of almost spectral hound type thing, and I did a bit of a larger version. This is just so I started doing some sort of studies of portraits and that sort of thing, and just kind of trying to simplify them a little bit and doing there. So I've kind of done a lot of stuff from reference from this, just kind of like sat down and had like major sessions where I've just flipped through pictures on my phone and did that. So again, here are just some studies for this, just kind of going through there, just doing different references and that sort of thing, just kind of like finding the lines and stuff. I then decided to try and have a go at doing a bit of a Minecraft character type thing with the new snapshot series, with the new 1.18 that's coming out. I want to really go into that, and that's something that I'm going to talk about in a later video. So here I've got just one of those another one of those study type things, just doing that, and I sort of added a bit of different types of ears onto them. Again, the same again here, just another sort of referencing, and I really am seeing an improvement from the beginning of the year with this. Just some witches. I thought I'd have a bit of a go at exaggerating some of the like axle point, I don't know, pivot point type things on there, so like made it kind of dynamic. I could use this opportunity now to talk a little bit about something that I want to do in the future, and that is kind of do a bit more streaming, but that's video game streaming, just to like really be able to chill out and do some things. And I'm looking at doing some different things. I've bought a video capture card, and the streaming is going to be called This Writer Games, and hopefully it will get me talking about writing, some of the projects that I'm working on whilst doing some video gaming. So this is a tester for the background for it. I have actually went on and proceeded to finish it, and I am working on some things now. I'm hoping to get it started around the time that the 1.18 comes out. for Minecraft, but I'm not just going to be doing Minecraft. Here's another study, and here's me going on and doing a bit of landscapey type thing. So you got a tree here, person sat there, someone on a horseback. Some of this is reference like the person on horseback, but I find that I'm quite good at doing these sort of landscapes and doing the perspective on the landscapes, and I really do enjoy doing that sort of thing. So that's something I'm going to look at a bit more into, just some more study type stuff, referenced study there. And here we've got just another little scene, just kind of like the house in the background, some trees, and this character here kind of like talking to this strangely floating bunny type thing. I wonder what that's all about. Here's that strange floating bunny type thing in a bit more detail, a bit bigger, so I can have a look. I actually really quite liked this, like sort of drawing something from the illustration and then drawing some like an illustration and then like expanding on something within that illustration. I might look into that a little bit more. Again, another little scene. I just kind of like sit back and see what I can get up to. Here, this again is a referenced image, but I've added like little features to it just to sort of make it a bit more my own, like this tail and the ears and that sort of thing. Again, that character that we've seen a moment ago, kind of just a bit more emphasized and in different poses. I then worked on just some of these. I didn't really focus on doing anything more on them, but I just thought it would be a bit fun just to do that, and I kind of like did some exaggerated type stuff here. Just again more sort of reference stuff and things, and I really started to notice that I could get more like decent images put out there if I just don't do as much detail as I sometimes try and do. These are just some random characters, apart from this one, which is from a video game, and I have completely forgotten what the name of the Automata or something like that. I'll flash it up in the thing, but it's 2B from that video game. And then I just did some random little character type things, which are really quite found interesting, particularly this one. I quite liked that one, just sort of like working on certain little things. Another little scene with a few more trees and a bit more detail. This sort of like characters looking for something, and maybe that's the person that they are actually looking for. Who knows? But yes. Again, another little scene here, probably not as detailed or as well done as some of the others, but I was just sitting down and just doing a bit of drawing. Sort of witch character. I actually really quite like this, particularly the pose. I didn't reference it, but I think from learning and doing some of the other reference stuff that I have been doing, I've managed to capture it quite realistically for this. And again, I've done another little pose here. Perhaps maybe not the best that I've done, but it looks quite sort of relaxed almost. Probably could do better on the face, but yeah, this was quite fun to do. I kind of just sat down, did some of these faces, worked on these sort of mask type things, different poses for that, and they're not necessarily going into too much detail, just using the pen very loosely. And then I've worked on this one as well, which I actually really quite like the shape for and the silhouette. I then put this character kind of into a bit of a scene and maybe turned her into a bit of a ghost type thing with the tree there, and I did a bit more of an elaboration on there. And then I just did some random hand and leg stuff. I don't know why, I just did. I think I was trying to just fill that space up. Again, just some little studies, a little top hat type thing, and this character here as well. A bit of a mouth, some eyes. And then I just decided to copy and just do a Ash and Gary thing. I was just bored and wanted to just do any sort of drawing. That is completely copied from just the internet. Just another little scene. It's a person sat down here just looking out into like this sort of ocean. I was kind of thinking that would be the ocean and this would be some sort of bluff type thing, and then there's this character here, and there's bits of broken, some stuff nailed to the trees. Just this random character thing here. Not really much to say on that. And that is it. That is the whole sketchbook. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and I can't wait until doing the next one. What my plan is for my next one is, because I've got a lot of sketchbooks now where I've done a lot of drawing in them, but not necessarily explored with colour and that sort of thing. I'm going to be getting the Jazzers Pro Artist kit, and I'm planning on maybe in my next sketchbooks doing a bit more work colour-wise and things. So that's the sort of thing that I want to move forward into doing. But what I'll say is, until next time, I'll see you later.